Hi, Matt.
Hello, how are you?
I'm sick.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
No. You
Bad
want it?
sick or?
Yeah, no, bad sick, norovirus.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
would have been at your house.
oh yeah, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bet. You
well,
sure you don't want it? This is fun.
oh man, I had it. That's why I missed what do you call it? The organization day or whatever you call it. I had the norovirus then.
Yeah, it's so I haven't moved off this couch in 2 days.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that sucks. I mean, at least it'll probably pass here pretty soon.
I hope so. I don't think they have a quorum to get us in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How
What have
many
you
people?
been up to?
I mean, doing my light thing. You should come by though, like at some point, come up and I can turn it on. So, but yeah, I've just been working. Yeah,
How's
keeping
it
up.
going?
It's
How was
going.
the shutdown for you?
It benefited me, um, because like it kind of delayed my training. So I just, I didn't. I just kind of sat around and waited. So, but it was what it was. So, but I'm stuck down in Providence.
You're stuck down in Providence?
Yeah, I'm in Providence. I thought about getting a rental car, but it was just I gotta sleep and I don't want to be tired tomorrow. So I gotta fly down to Florida and back.
No, stay with you. It's too freaking cold, anyways.
Yeah, yeah, it is cold.
Hunker down, enjoy it. I'll come out to your house. Just make sure the kids are there. I like the kids more than I like you.
Oh wow. Well, that's nice. What have you been up to?
Nothing, just I don't know, traveling a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Where you been?
I've been to oh gosh, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio, Nebraska, Arizona. I've been traveling.
What are you
I've been
doing?
everywhere, man.
Just hanging out? Are you going for work or conferences?
No, no, it was enjoyment. Going out to Nebraska to see University of Nebraska football games and then following them around.
Yeah,
So that was fun.
that's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Went down to Arizona, saw some friends there,
Yeah.
you know, stuff, hanging with
Yeah.
my grandson because he's 13 and he's cool.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
is.
man. My 14-year-old's too cool for everybody. So,
Boy or girl?
girl. So,
Oh, that.
yeah. Yeah, I'm in trouble. It's coming.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now I'm sorry.
Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be better in like 10 years.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man.
It goes by fast. So
Uh,
I've just been, oh, recordings in progress. What's that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, if they don't have a quorum, they can't let us in. I'll be so disappointed.
No.
You're in. Can you hear us? Yeah. We can hear you.
Oh. Uh-oh. Hello.
Yeah. Mute,
Hello. Yeah. Hi, I'm here as well.
mute, please. Uh, Representative Crowdy, would you lead us on the flag, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Substitute.
This clerk tonight is gonna take the attendance roll.
Okay. Representative Aldridge.
Present.
Mr. Chair.
Present.
Representative Bogert.
Here.
Representative Ford.
Yeah.
Representative Coker. Uh, Clerks here.
Representative Dumais.
I am here.
Representative Minor. Here. Representative Nagel. Representative Bourget.
Here.
Representative St. Clair.
Here.
Representative Cherry. Representative Toner. Representative Trotter.
Here.
Representative Barney. And we have a total of 10, so we have a quorum, Mr. Chair.
We have a quorum. So would you like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to allow Representatives Nagel, Freeman, and who else is on it?
Coker.
Coker in via Zoom.
And Juliet.
And Julia. Okay.
I second.
All in favor of letting them in on Zoom? Do we need?
Well, no, we're doing it here.
So we have a unanimous. So David,
Did you vote?
able to come in on Zoom?
Take the attention on you.
Yeah, would you take the attendance on Zoom, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Are they off? Are they off mute?
Yep,
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here.
Representative Coker, you're here. Could you
I'm
state where
here.
you are
I'm-
and who's with you?
By myself in Providence, Rhode Island.
Thank you very much. Representative Freeman,
By myself in my living room in Tilton.
okay. Representative Harvey Bullia. Representative Nagel. Representative Terry. You're here. Thank you. Okay, so currently we have Representative Coker and Representative Freeman on Zoom.
13. Thank you. We get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Aldrich is a second. All in favor, please raise your hand.
We have to do a roll.
Roll call on the agenda. Okay.
To do a roll call on everything, Chair.
Oh, because of that.
Yes. So let me see, go over to my trusty sheet here so I can do that. Representative Aldrich. We're voting on approving the agenda.
Yes.
Representative, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Representative Bogert,
Yes.
Representative Boards,
Yes.
Representative Coker,
Yes.
clerk says yes. Representative Dumais,
Yes.
Representative Freeman,
Yes.
Representative Minor. Yes. Representative Bourget,
Yes.
Representative St. Clair,
Yes.
Representative Terry,
Yes.
Representative Trotter.
Yes.
Voted for 1 second. 13, 4, and none against for the approving of the agenda.
So the agenda is approved. Can we get a motion for?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from October 1st, 2025.
Second.
A second from Friday.
Okay. We ready for the vote on that?
Yes, it's gonna be roll call as well.
Everything has to be roll call because we have people on Zoom.
We'll have Representative Nagel.
Do that. So, for the approval of the minutes, Representative Aldrich,
I'm sorry, can you approve of the minutes?
Yes.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Representative Bogert,
Yes.
Representative Boards,
Yes.
Representative Coker,
Representative Coker.
Yes.
clerk votes yes. Representative Dumais,
Yes.
Representative Freeman,
Yes.
Yes. Representative Nagel,
Yes.
Representative Bourget,
Yes.
St. Clair,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Representative Trotter,
Yes.
14, so. Unanimous. And Mr. Chair, I would actually like to change my vote to abstain because I wasn't here.
So
You did 13.
13 is still.
01, yes, thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the public hearing on the commissioner's recommended budget. On the administrative shack.
Actually, Commissioner Stan.
Oh, all right.
Good evening, Representative. Nice to see everyone. Commissioners have completed the budget for fiscal year 2026. I know you have handouts. We also have a few slides to show. So I'm sure you're all aware of the county portion of the budget this year has a 7.6% increase for the county share of Belknap County taxpayers on their tax bills. To put this into perspective, a home valued at $600,000 will pay an additional $46 in taxes for the year. Approximately 80% of the increase is attributed to fixed wages, insurance, cost of living increases, and step-up increases as well. I know you'll have a lot of questions going forward, but before that, we just want to run through a few of these slides here. If you have any questions, we'll go through it, and then we should take some questions. Really, the purpose of the county, as you know, is to maintain a certain level of public services. We have to have a sheriff's department, obviously, law enforcement. We need a courthouse to enforce the laws. We need a jail. The nursing homes are very, very important because a lot of those there don't have the means to go elsewhere to private care. This shows you the actual numbers of what needs to be raised vis-a-vis county taxes. It shows you the change. Of course, take special note to the total revenue byline. So as we mentioned earlier, most of these increases, the 7.6 increase is attributable to wages and benefits. These are obligations that are non-negotiable, nobody will agree upon, and they account for almost half of the increase. The lion's share of capital projects that we're looking at are attributed to the jail. We're all aware Belknap County Jail is an aging facility and needs some attention to meet funding standards. Here's the breakdown of the costs. The commissioners have decided to prioritize these repairs based on recommendations by those who did the assessment. And we will take these improvements on a case-by-case basis as needed. Obviously, we don't have the financial means to take it in one case value, and we won't. But we will strategically address what needs to be done as necessary. So I know that you have these materials, you've had them in advance, but I know you'll have a lot of questions, and we're happy to open the floor to them as we go through the budget process.
There's a presentation completed.
Yes, we're here to take questions. This is just an overview. We've given you the nuts and bolts and the bottom line. There is an increase, 7.6%. We've accounted for that. I think we've explained it to the extent that we can. But I know that you'll have particular questions on some of these line items, and we're happy to take them.
Well, I, for one, am going to have more questions later on than now. Representative Sinclair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can you just repeat that, the anticipated cost for somebody, was it for a $600,000?
Yes, Mayor. If you own a house in Belknap County that's valued at $600,000, there is going to be an increase to your taxes. That number is 46 USD
Per year?
per year.
That's just the county's portion.
That's the county
Yeah,
portion. That's
I'm aware of that.
the budget.
But $46. Oh,
Yes,
not per $100 or per $1,000.
no, but so it's the county portion of the tax with this increase is $46 on home valued at 600,000.
This
If it's
entire,
valued less, it'll be less.
this entire budget.
Yes.
I want to be clear because I
Thank
can
you.
already hear the screen, so, all right, thank you.
Representative Bogart.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I guess the question the mayor might have been trying to get at is, do you know what the per thousand, the estimate, I know it hasn't been sent off and approved and whatnot, but do we know what the per thousand number would be? Because currently it's at like 93 cents per thousand, and
Yes, we can estimate, we have estimates, because we don't have all the current years in, but the average countywide, every town's is a little different. So the average is $1.10. Last year it was $1.02,
Or two.
the average, yes,
so the increase.
or 8 cents.
8 cents.
An increase of 8 cents per thousand.
Any other questions?
8 cents per thousand.
Representative Terry.
Thank you. I believe, I've read and you have, pointed out that approximately half of the 7.6% increase, so around 3.87, give or take, is due to contractual obligations, wages, salary, benefits, and insurance, which therefore leaves about 3.8% to be discussed going forward.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Good, just to put it in perspective. Thank you.
Okay, if there's no other, Representative Conklin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't see here the breakdown of the fund balance, which is important. And I'd like to know, what we started the year with. I know we took $1,300 and added, out of it. And I want to know what went into it.
The most recent current projection that we have for the end of 2025 is that we will add about $1.8 million. And last year you voted to use 1.3 million, and that would leave 5.6 at the end of 2025.
Representative.
Thank you. And where did that $1.8 million come from?
It's made up of just over $1 million in excess revenue. We've collected over $1 million more than was anticipated. And we're planning or projecting that we will spend about $760,000 less than was budgeted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you have something, Representative Nagel?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the numbers, but I went through this before and I looked at the ancillary agencies that you have restored the numbers back to what they asked for last year. The Lakes Region Mental Health was only. Could you speak up? Sorry. Scared, I don't have a voice right now. Last year, the numbers that you have for the ancillary agencies went back to the original numbers, if I have it right, that were asked for last year. That were eventually halved.
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay. But Lakes Region Mental Health was not restored. It was basically left where it was. Why didn't you restore that back to the original number that was requested?
Well, with respect to the Conservation District and the UNH Conference Commission, they came for us, I think, at our last meeting and made a very convincing case why it'd be necessary to restore what they had funding for fiscal year 2024. So we did that. With respect to mental health, I don't believe we really heard from those folks. I don't think they present, Deborah?
They didn't present, they did make an effort the next day, they were sick and they couldn't show up, so they.
Any other questions? Seeing none. Next on the agenda is public input. Could I get a raise of hands to see how many people there are going to be that have input? 3 or 4? 3 or 4. Great. Okay, so we'll be restricting this to 3 minutes. I can't see who's back there. I could just see hands. So who wants to be first? Step right up to the corner here by Representative Fogert. They're right there. Right there is mine anywhere.
Stan. Yeah, could you please state your name and the town you're from?
My name is Ann Nichols. I'm a resident of the town of Guilford. I am a board member for Lakes Region Mental Health Center. And I am here in regards to their funding request. I first want to offer our apologies for not having someone here. We had the development director has gone out on undetermined medical leave, which is why I am here. Some of you remember me from past years when I was employed by that agency. Our request for the 32,000 was halved, as you are aware. The last budget, budget year. I am not privy to the conversations that happened as to why that was halved, but I will say that restoring the $32,000 is really critical to our agency. If you read our application, you know that at least 70% of our revenue comes from Medicaid. And we all know that we're unsure about what Medicaid funding is going to look like in the coming years. On top of that, because of the Trump administration has pulled back on some of the grant funding, we've lost our ability to apply for some of those grants. So those dollars are lost. On top of that, our 24 towns that we serve, and we approach them for funding as well, are under extreme financial stress, just like everybody else is. I am asking for a reconsideration to restore our funding to 32,000. We served over 2,000 people in Belknap County, and we provided over 600,000 in uncompensated charity care. For an organization our size, that is a real challenge, and we are asking for just a small portion of that to assist us so that we can continue to serve Belknap County residents and support the wellness of this county. Are there any questions?
This is just public input tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks. There was at least 2 others.
I'm Scott Powell. I'm the chair of the Meredith Conservation Commission in the town of Meredith. And I would like to speak briefly about both the Belknap County Conservation District and the UNH cooperation. Both of them are big supporters of the work we do in Meredith. As you know, commissions are volunteer. We pay about 800 hours of volunteer work. And much of that is made possible with the guidance and support of those 2 organizations. The Conservation District helps us with stream restorations. That's let us improve the water quality in 2 lakes in Meredith, including our public water supply, which is Wakiwan, by reducing erosion and pollution going into Lake Wakiwan. They've helped us with grants to do that. They've helped us with grants to improve our forest management, with habitat improvement. So they've been an extremely important aspect of letting our volunteers do the work. We need those grants, we need to be able to hire foresters to do the work that volunteers can't do. On the UNH cooperation extension, they've done a tremendous lot of work with us restoring our fields. We have old agricultural fields that have filled up with invasive species, bittersweet, knotweed, you know the culprits. And they've come out and done analysis, helped us with how to treat them, how to restore the fields, improve the fertility of the soils to let the natural vegetation and the grasses go back, with the hope that we'll be able to return those to agriculture in the next couple of years as we clean them up. So I'm just requesting that you restore the full budget that they're requesting this year. The bang you get for the buck of those few dollars, when you leverage it against 800 hours of volunteer work in just one town in the county, it really has a big impact throughout the county. So please hope you'll consider that. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. Appreciate it.
Hello, my name is Becky Boyce. I am currently in Alton. I am the president of the Volunteer Leader Association for 4-H in Belknap County. I am also a Belknap County superintendent. I also work full-time. I also own a farm. I also volunteered more than 200 hours, just me, making it, because of the cuts, 200 hours of my time, making it so that 4-H in Belknap County could still exist. We are growing leaders. In fact, members from Belknap County attended the Big E, which is huge. For public speaking, we had a member on the New Hampshire beef team. I know I saw some of you at Pumpkin Fest because we had kids and animals dressed up. I would like to invite all of you, if you're available Saturday, the 13th, from 10 a.m. until noon. We will be having a parade around the Belknap County Nursing Home, and they have even allowed us to bring animals inside. I'm asking that our budget be restored because the volunteers we have, like me, that have donated hundreds of hours, are tired and can't keep up the pace. We don't want to see this program go away because it does truly benefit the kids that are involved. Not all of the children that are involved come from the best backgrounds, but we as 4-H aim to make the best better. And we're doing that. We don't just play with animals because we like animals. The animals help raise our kids with some qualities like empathy, responsibility, time management. It teaches them balancing a budget. You know, and these are things that, you know, are imperative to Belknap County. Again, I hope that we can hopefully see several happy faces. The nursing home has told us that we can bring animals inside after the parade, including cows and horses. They are very, I know, they are very excited. We also have, I know we have dogs coming, chickens coming, goats coming. And it should be one of those things that, you know, we don't just want the Belknap community to help us. Part of being in 4-H and having a club, which my club is the Clover Crew, if anybody wants to know. We have 9 kids and 9 leaders. We do have people putting in the time. Part of keeping a club is us giving back to our community. We did that at Pumpkin Fest. We're going to be doing that at the Belknap County Nursing Home. And there are other events that are planned. We would love for you guys to. All right, I will keep it short and sweet. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Clarification, you said you were the president of what?
The Volunteer Leaders Association.
Thank you.
Do we have any more public input?
Hi, I'm Jan Cooper from Center Harbor. I left you a letter some information. I'm going to read an extract of that. I'm hoping you will support the Belknap County Conservation District's funding request so the office can operate and utilize your support as match grant. Excuse me, grant match. When I worked there, the county's Republicans encouraged our work in recognition of the importance of the connection between natural resources and the economy. In 2007, the county allocated $97,909 for one professional, a part-time assistant, AmeriCorps member, office materials, and we had volunteers. But at $25,000 with a part-time staff and only volunteers, it could not be nearly as productive. The conservation district's New Hampshire RSA 432 enabling legislation's basics are to work on the health, conservation, and development of soil, water, and related natural resources. It specifies in detail activities and the need for outreach to enhance land use and water quality and prevent damage from stormwater and misuse. BCCD also now has machinery for farmers to increase their efficiency to help their economics. BCCD promotes reducing runoff pollution in our watersheds and agriculture, stream restoration, and more to help improve human habitat for residents and the tourists who contribute to Belknap's economy. BCCD has brought in about $2.5 million in cash grants in the last 35 years, most of it since Lisa started. This does not include the in-kind value of volunteers and donated materials. The $2.5 million is cash. BCCD will never run out of projects. Please confirm their funding at the 60,000 level so we can continue to benefit the county. I thought it was only going to be 2 minutes, so I do have a little bit more. Have an example of what happened with the North Country Resource Conservation and Development area that used to have their base office funded by the federal government. This summer, there was an article about the New Hampshire Department of Business and Economic Affairs being criticized for not providing enough help to the North Country. The North Country RC&D got canceled. They would have been the group that could have helped, but they lost their funding, and we don't want BCCD to lose their funding. We'd rather keep helping you. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any more public input? Okay. You know, everybody's gonna wind up having another chance to speak further on in the budget.
Good evening, thank you. My name is Jamie Irving. I'm from New Hampton, and I'm also the chair supervisor of the BCCD. I just wanted to point out that every dollar of funding that we receive, it compounds for what we're able to do with that. So by reducing it, it's not just going from 50,000 to 25 and cutting us in half, and cutting our ability in half. It's actually reducing it to the point where we're going to be many times less effective than we have been. And I wanted to speak frankly too, that there will be a day when our current director is going to retire. And when we have a budget of $25,000, there's no way we're going to be able to attract a new director. So that reduction is really not necessarily a kiss of death, but it is pretty close. So just wanting to consider that as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your input.
I am subdirector of the County Conservation District. My name is Lisa Moore, and I live in East Belknap. I just wanted to point out that before the meeting, I left a folder in front of each chair. This is the results of a petition that we put out asking people to support the $60,000 that the commissioners have recommended. We had 154 and now 155, and still getting more responses, and a breakdown by the towns as of 1 o'clock today. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. Is there anyone else? Please step up.
Brian Beal, I'm a resident of Alton Bay. I'd like to build on comments made about the importance of the water quality protection that UNH Cooperative Extension and the Belknap County Conservation District helped to bring to our county. So we have people who come from all over the country, all over the world, who come to the Lakes region to recreate, to fish. Water quality is pivotal to the ongoing success of our economy. The amount of money we're talking about to fund these organizations is relatively small compared to the amount that the economic engine that clean water provides to this county. I think it's foolish not to support this ongoing effort to keep the water clean, let alone what we need for drinking water and supplying our families around the county. So small money, very worthwhile. We need to keep it and sustain it, not this up and down that we've seen over the last 10 years, where one group appropriates the money and then we see it go away again. And trying to run an organization, these folks, they're very skilled at making a lot from nothing. So I think the least that we can do as taxpayers is to help provide a stable platform for them to do their good work on an ongoing basis for the decades to come. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else who'd like to have some input? Going one? Going twice? Okay.
Eliza Leadbeater, I live in Guilford. I am a retired economic developer for Belknap County, came here in '92. When this county had 6.5% unemployment, 11.5 officially, 17 unofficially, and 5 banks had collapsed. The major thing that was our asset was our natural resources. And that was the ability to use those to draw the investment by business and industry to this county. So I really encourage you to support these organizations because they are an incentive to draw people to this region, particularly the manufacturing companies that we've had come here and expand. And they, time and time again, the leadership of those companies have said, I've been able to attract this person or that person because of what this area offers. So bear that in mind, please.
Thank you, Jerome. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. I'm going to close the input then. That'll conclude the public hearing. Okay, the Budget Review Committee, we lost Representative Lunny, so we're going to have to replace him. Does anybody have any nominations that they would like to? Representative Bogert.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to nominate Matt Coker.
I'll second that.
Let's ask Representative Coker if he is willing to do this.
Yes, I'm willing to do it. I'd be glad to.
Okay, so we're going to have a roll call vote.
You do.
Excellent.
Representative Aldridge.
Yeah.
Chair.
Yes.
Representative Bogert.
Yes.
Representative Boards,
Yes.
Representative Coker,
Yes.
clerk votes yes, Representative Dumaine,
Yes.
Representative Freeman. Representative Freeman, hello,
Yes.
thank you. Representative Minor?
Yes.
Representative Nagel,
Yes.
Representative Ploget,
Yes.
Representative St. Clair,
Yes.
Representative Terry,
Yes.
Representative Chartier.
Yes.
Dean,
14,
motion passes.
motion passes. Congratulations, Representative Coker. And
Thank you.
we'll be in touch as to when the meeting's gonna schedule. Hopefully we'll schedule those later tonight. Next on the agenda is support for HB. Representative?
Mr. Chair, I think next is meeting schedule. Did you want to put that off or?
Well, that's gotta be amongst the 7 people that are on the committee. I didn't want to waste everybody's time talking.
Very
about
good.
who would be here when. Not that my fault, it should have been at the end. Or not.
Very good.
On the agenda. Thank you. So support for AB 1105 4-year terms. I think that Representative Trotter.
Yes. Make a motion to discuss that.
I'll second. It's on the agenda, actually.
On the agenda, so you don't.
Okay.
So
So basically, as the prime sponsor of House Bill 1105, I'm looking to give our county the opportunity to have certain elected officials in the county to serve a 4-year term instead of a 2. A couple of years ago, I believe it was, Rockingham County went to this, and I believe Powassan County. It's my understanding that there might be another county or 2 that will be heard in the House this year to do the same thing. My reasoning for this is basically with certain, the county attorney, the sheriff, the registry of deeds, for a new elected official, the first year, they're learning their job. The second, they get ready to campaign if they want to run again for that position. I figure with at least a 4-year term, the first year they're learning, it gives them a good 2 years to basically be able to run their departments or build their departments the way, and then the 4th year, halfway through or so, they're gonna start campaigning again. I did put this out to some of our delegation members. There's been a few here that have signed on in support of it, along with Senator Lang and Senator Pearl. So I'm asking before we go to the House and for the hearing, is I'm just trying to get an idea how many people here or other representatives here will support this. Because I know this was a big question during a committee hearing.
Representative Boards.
For disclosure, I am a co-sponsor of this bill. Like Representative Trotter said, I know for a fact, a lot of times with a 2-year term, the first year spent learning the new job. And to just get your feet wet learning a job and having to turn around into campaign mode, you're not being fully effective or efficient doing that job. So I think this gives us an opportunity to give our duly elected officials the chance to actually perform their job and come 4 years later when they're up for re-election. If they're not performing that job, they get voted out. If they're doing a great job, they get re-elected. I think this just gives an opportunity for the departments to be ran smoothly and more efficiently. Instead of worrying about campaigning every other year, they can actually worry about running their departments. So I am in favor of this.
So Representative Trotter, are there other counties that are considering this at the same time?
My understanding, there might, I haven't seen the actual House bill, but I was told there's, I believe, 2 others. One might be Merrimack, and I want to say maybe Sullivan.
Has anybody else already enacted this?
Yes, Rockingham County and Powassan County.
Oh, there's already 2 and there's.
Correct, and it's working, according to Rock County, it's working well. And same with co-ops, it just went in last year.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Representative Freeman.
Thank you. Representative Trotter, would you be open to an amendment that would not allow an incumbent to go for another 4-year term? What I mean is that if you have someone who's been elected, they complete their 4-year term, would there be any provision for not allowing them to do another 4-year term? I'm just thinking out of the box. An incumbent would already have their feet wet and be established in that position, so they wouldn't need that first year as a learning curve. So would you be open to some type of amendment to that? Either way, I support the bill, but I'm just trying to think out of the box. Thank you.
I don't think I would support that. I mean, my concern with that is, so now we're gonna have to worry about if there's an incumbent, are they only gonna give a 2-year term where somebody that's just running and it's their first term, they would get a 4-year term? I don't think I could support that, Representative Freeman.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Representative Comtois.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this has come up several times and I understand everything that's being said about that. But it's a longstanding tradition in this county that the Register of Deeds is the Register of Deeds once they become the Register of Deeds for a long time. Same thing with the county attorney, we re-elect and re-elect. Same thing with the sheriff. There's really not a lot of turnover in our elected officials. The other thing that this does not include, and the reason we have 2-year elections, is there's no way to recall somebody if they're not doing a good job. And ensuring that elections are held every 2 years ensures that you have the appropriate person in there, and therefore I cannot support this bill.
Representative Terry.
Representative Comtois and I frequently think alike, sometimes without knowing that we are. I wanted to say, waiting my turn, that I appreciate the argument made that 2 years is a very short period of time, particularly for someone who's new in the position, and then needing to gear up for re-election to these highly contested positions such as Register of Deeds and other positions. But New Hampshire continues, along with many other states in the eastern part of the country, from a legislative standpoint, not necessarily a citizen standpoint, but a legislative standpoint, continues to resist providing voters with the opportunity to recall if, in fact, the majority of voters are dissatisfied with the way a public official is conducting himself or herself in office. There are many examples, particularly from the western part of the country, probably most noteworthy state of California, where Governor Greg Davis was installed a number of years ago, and the Terminator was elected in his place. So I just express hesitancy at this point, because whereas 2 years is a short, relatively short period of time, 4 years is twice as long, and voters really do not have the opportunity to hold the elected official accountable until 4 years have expired without the opportunity for recall that continues not to exist in New Hampshire.
Representative St. Clair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I've reached out to a lot of my constituents here about this very topic, and I haven't found one yet that supports it. Normally, what the response I get is, well, why is this not being done for all elected officials? And I really don't have an answer for that. I can't speak for the sheriff. He's doing a good job, and I think Barbara was right that these jobs don't turn over very much, because normally the people that get in there are doing a good job. As a matter of fact, sometimes they run unopposed. Matter of fact, quite often they run unopposed. I don't know that, I think I brought this up when it was first brought up with regards to learning the job for a whole year and then taking a second year to campaign. I can't speak for the people, I'm not in their shoes, but from my observations, the campaign period usually lasts a couple months, normally from the spring to the fall, and it really picks up as we get close to that voting period. That's just my observation. I won't support it just because my constituents have asked me not to support it. And I think that's a pretty good reason right there. But again, I think I have not, I hear grumblings, you're always gonna hear grumblings about elected officials, especially the sheriff's job, because the sheriff's right up front there with his staff and everything. But quite frankly, I've not heard of anybody that it's gonna run against our current sheriff, and if they do, they'll probably have a hard time defeating him. So, and that's been the course, in my experience, being here for a long time, with all the sheriffs we have. Most of them stay on until they want to move on. They want to do a different job. Not like the commissioners, because they get the big money. So that's a very, very competitive job. But that's really it. That's why I can't support it. And quite frankly, if the state wants to do this, they should do it from the top all the way down. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion?
I mean,
Representative Thorpe.
yeah, I mean, the big thing with the state, somebody's gonna try it with all across the county. And during the hearings, they recommended they wouldn't do it across the state for all counties. They wanted each county to do their own.
And who was that wanted that?
During the hearings at the committee hearings, that's what they recommended, because originally they were gonna try to do all the counties. And they didn't recommend that. They said they wanted to do individual counties.
You finished?
I,
Representative.
I just want to, when you say they, you talk about these committee
the
chairs?
committee, yes, and they would not, they ITL'd it.
Right, but they don't have that power anyway. I mean, that would have to come from everybody. So, yeah. Thank you.
So what I'm thinking, and if Rep. Trottier wants to agree with me or not, I think we should do a vote and tally up a vote, and maybe you can find some letter to the municipal and county government committee to show if we're in support or not in support of this bill.
Representative Comtois.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't think this is something that we vote on. I think it was on the agenda. It was to consider support for and get the opinions of the people of the delegation, but this is not a voting item for the county item or for this delegation, but that's my personal opinion.
I believe at the last meeting, we had discussed this, and we were gonna bring it up at the next meeting and kind of take a tally of who's in support and not, and that way we can let the committee know about it. That was.
Everybody, so they can check the suit.
No.
Actually, that was. Otherwise, this is a discussion unless it was stated.
And we talked about HB 110. We made a motion which allows counties to adopt revolving funds. Seconded. Doesn't have anything on here regarding HB 1105, looking at the minutes.
And as far as revolving fund, is that to be voted on tonight?
Says here, consider creating a.
Well, I know about
Right.
the agenda. I mean, in the
So the
minute.
one says consider support, one says consider creating.
Well, in the minutes, though, does it say?
Mr. Chair, the minutes say, the sheriff is only looking to fund salaries related to sheriff details. More information is needed. Representative Freeman withdrew the motion, as did Representative Wood. Majority was generally in favor when a straw poll was taken. So apparently, according to the minutes from October 1st, they were looking for more information regarding this revolving fund.
Okay, so we already took the straw poll. We're looking for more information, so there's no vote.
I don't know what, more information tonight. be presented.
What's on the agenda, consider creating a public safety revolving fund.
Take that as a vote.
No, I think that.
66. So as far as the,
Yes, not as going as false, I was quiet here. I didn't get, I put this out there. Before we had the language. It's the concept. It's different. The ones that were involved with. Law enforcement and moving property. Their views. And if you would have got back to me, I don't have opinions. So I'll probably be abstaining. I'm gonna try to vote in what my district gets back. I haven't followed up with Bill, no one ever got back to me except two. So with that, I don't know what my district wants, it's all the devil in the details, devil in the details. So I'll be abstaining.
Excuse me, I'm a little confused. May I direct a question to Representative? Representative Lozay, are you speaking about the public safety revolving fund at this point?
Oh.
Or are you speaking about the 4-year elected term?
I thought we were going to.
We moved on, Mr. Chairman?
not yet.
Oh, okay,
Oh, so,
I'm still with the 4-year.
okay, so.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Because we were trying to clarify which of the two or either one was on the agenda, I mean, in the minutes for the previous meeting. And we have a definitive ruling here that.
It appears to me-
I'm sorry, determination that 1105 was not in the minutes. of the last
Correct,
meeting.
that is correct.
Okay.
Right, but not on the
So,
agenda, not specified.
But the public revolving fund was discussed.
Correct.
And so therefore, it would be in order to take an action on that tonight. The bottom of it.
On the revolving fund,
Yes,
but not this one. This is just a discussion, the way I understand it.
are we still back on the discussion of 1105?
Well, no, we haven't left 1105 yet.
Do we leave 1105?
Yeah. So this was strictly a discussion tonight because it wasn't on in the minutes from the last meeting. And
Mr. Chair.
yes,
My only concern is, I believe, probably before we meet again, we're gonna have a hearing in Concord on 111. So that's why I was just trying to get the feeling, do we see with him down there, or do I withdraw it? So that's my.
it seems like there's mixed feelings here, so I think that that's completely up to you and Representative Board. So we're wrapping up on 1105, and we're going to consider creating a public safety revolving fund, and that's going to be voted on here tonight.
Speaking of that.
But he was going to,
Well,
you can first if you like.
Well, I have to wait for someone to make a motion, but then I have a question.
Would you like to make a motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt House Bill 110, which is also, I believe, RSA 23:20.
Mr. Chair, point of order, Town
Yes.
Administrator. Thank you.
Can I just, you don't need to adopt the House bill because it's already passed, right? It's part of the statute. So you all have in your packets, and you were emailed a month ago or more, proposed language that at your last meeting, you would ask the sheriff and I to work together to come up with language that would work for the county, and we've done that. And you have a copy of it in your folder. Do you want to make this motion?
I'd like to make a motion, and this will be the proposed language for delegation consideration to authorize the establishment of a revolving fund according with RSA 23:23. The purpose of this fund is to allow outside details to be worked without the need for annual appropriation. $10,000 will be deposited as the original appropriated amount. Payments for wages, benefits directly related to outside details work will be paid from the fund. Revenue derived from outside details shall be deposited into this fund. Any balance in excess of $10,000 at the close of the fiscal year shall be transferred to the general fund.
I'll second it.
Okay, whereas we have a second, we're open for discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In reading the minutes, it said that there was gonna be more information, that we need more information. I'm just wondering where that information is. And what that information, what we were looking for more information before
It's my understanding at the last meeting when we brought this up, they did not have a copy of the bill. And that was asked to be provided. That was the additional information that should have been sent out to everyone, which I can see, we have it right here in that packet. And it would be, yeah, email to everyone. Thank you. Mr. Chairman.
Mayor,
Ms. Shaggett.
I think also the bill itself, which you do have a copy of. The bill allows for a lot of variation so that every county could create a fund to do many things in many ways. And so it required that I think it required additional information, and that's where you got stuck at the last meeting because we had different ideas on how the fund would work and how the money would flow into and then back out of that fund. And so that's why we came up with this language to clarify how in Belknap County it would look.
So this motion is the additional information.
Yes, that says in Belknap County, this is how the fund is gonna work. It's gonna be for outside details. It's not going to accumulate balances. It's gonna wash, all the money will end up back in the general fund, but it will allow for the Sheriff's Department office to do outside details without needing to worry about how much is appropriated. So they'll be able to do them. It will be self-funded. Money will go in and come out. And at the end of the year, anything left in that fund will go back to the general fund.
I'm sorry, sorry, Mr. Chair. At the end of the year, so that goes back to the general fund. Does that $10,000 remain in that fund?
Yeah.
Carry
that's
over?
for the 10,000, yeah.
Representative Contois.
thank you, Mr. Chair. So I'm just looking at the outside detail in the budget. And you know, you have appropriated the $10,000 for this revolving fund. How do we control wages and things that are being paid out of this fund, and who has oversight of this fund? Because I'm looking at the budgets. You know, we budgeted in 2025 $80,000 for this line item, and the projected year-end expenditure for this line item is $110,000. You know, so I'm just wondering how this is going to work. It's supposed to be self-funded, I understand that, but I'm just wondering who has oversight and who's writing the checks and how it's being handled and how it's being accounted for.
It will all be accounted for by the finance department, like all of our money will be. And the sheriff has oversight over how the details are run, who works them and when they work them, and operationally, it will be the sheriff's. And financially, it will be the finance department.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Representative Bogart.
Would this be considered as revenue and should there be a revenue line?
There is.
Also equal
revenue
to, there is, okay, I haven't looked, so I'm just, forgive me for my ignorance on this.
It's a big help for the budget this year because the expense is $10,000. The revenue, I don't remember, is it 80 or 90,000? So you get all the revenue still, but the expense you won't have to appropriate.
So that, for example, Mr. Chairman, may I
Yes.
follow up?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So as the example, there was 110, I think,
Correct.
was said. So there should be a revenue reflection of that 110.
Correct, it's 180.
Is 180. Okay, so it's accounted for on both sides of the coin.
Yes.
Okay.
Representative.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So in the course of that, so we're reducing, you know, when we talk about our budgets going up, we've taken out that particular line item, but we also taken out all of the costs associated with outside details, payroll taxes and everything else. So when we look at this, we're no longer looking at dollars for a bottom line for the sheriff's department compared to last year. Would that be correct assumption?
Not sure I want to say
Yeah.
that, but
It is dollars for the operation of the sheriff's department.
But-
The outside details is now a separate, is accounted for separately. So yes, it is still an apples to apples.
May I?
Yes.
It is not apples to apples because we reduced the line item by over $100,000 for the total expenditure.
We've reduced the revenue by $100,000. So the net is still apples to apples. The amount to be appropriated.
I'm not, I understand. I'm just talking about the expense side, Commissioner. So,
But
I
if we talk
understand,
about the
Commissioner.
expense side,
Okay, hang on.
thank
we
you.
must
Hang
also
on.
talk about the revenue side. We can't just talk
Let's-
about one without the other.
Let's not turn this into
I understand.
a fight. Let's
But-
one at a time.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. The only thing I'm saying is when we're looking at this revenue, what this expenditure line or the revenue line, that when we're looking at the increase, we have to understand that if we do not adopt this, then that line item the sheriff's total department expenditure would go up to 3.5 million as opposed to 3.4 million. So it would be increased another $100,000. So compared to what was projected and budgeted last year. That's all I'm saying. I'm a numbers person. You should.
I do know that.
May I also?
Yes.
Right,
Please.
so yes, again, right, the expense line, if you look at the bottom line. And if you do not adopt this revolving fund, then you're gonna have to appropriate the $100,000 back to the expense. And you're gonna have to increase the anticipated revenue by $100,000, right? So if we take,
I understand that.
okay, I allowed you to speak, I'm asking if
Please.
I could be allowed to speak. If we take the sheriff's department's revenue and expense, compare 25, 26, and we net those two together, you are apples to apples. Because we've reduced the expense by 100,000, we've reduced the revenue by 100,000. If you choose not to do this, then you must increase both of those by 100,000. So when you look at revenues and expenditures, you must also look at the revenues for the sheriff's department to have the full picture of what needs to be appropriated. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything further? Good. Everybody's all set? So I guess we're putting this up to a vote then.
Excuse me,
Representative Terry.
is there a motion in second for?
Yes.
Yeah, Representative Trotter and Representative Boards.
Thank you.
If I went to the discussion section. Thank you.
Representative Aldrich,
Yes.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Representative Bogert,
Yes.
Representative Boards,
Yes.
Representative Coker,
Yes.
Clerk votes yes, Representative Dume,
Yes.
Representative Freeman,
Yes.
Representative Minor,
yes.
Representative Nagel,
Yes.
Representative Ploget,
Yes.
Representative St. Clair,
Yes.
Representative Terry,
Yes.
Representative Trotter,
Yes.
14-0. Motion passes.
Motion passes. Thank you. Is there any other business that you'd like to
Chairman.
Representative Terry.
Seems to me I'm for the umpteenth, I wish I had a dollar for every time I point this out. If there's other business on a proposed agenda, before the agenda is adopted, somebody wants something to be placed on the agenda that's not already on the agenda, it would go under the business. We did not have any additions to the agenda prior to its being adopted, so there is no other business. Unless somebody was not really paying attention at the time, in which case an item could be added at this point by a 2/3 vote.
So
I don't think we have any other business.
I have some other business.
Then you'll have to ask for a 2/3 vote in order for it to be added.
Okay.
What is the reason why?
Yeah.
Put it on the agenda at the beginning of the meeting?
Yes, there is. I have a legitimate reason, and I don't care to disclose that right now.
So technically, you're making a request for something to be added to the
Yes.
agenda at this point, and we need to have a roll call vote.
Okay, we'll have a roll call vote. If I can have just a few minutes, or other business?
Second.
Second.
Well, he made the motion, I guess.
This is the motion to permit an item to be added, which continues to be unspecified, but yes.
Representative Murray, can I ask for clarification?
Yes.
I mean, do we have to vote to allow him? Don't we want to know what do we have to vote to say, yes, he can do other business?
Just
Or
one.
do we
We know
just,
what it is.
but we need to know what it, but how do we vote to, okay, so we're gonna do two votes. Is that correct?
No, well, I don't know. I don't know what the business is, but what would happen is that Representative Dean Chairman would say, I would like to add this, blah, 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 blah. To the agenda at this point. Then we would vote, and if 2/3 of the members present approve, then we can take it up. And then if we can fire the vote, whatever it is, then we can vote.
Trust me.
Can you now tell us?
You have to
You
state what you
just
want.
State what it is. This is a first in my life.
I'll tell you what's in the bill after you vote. All right.
Perfect.
So that's
That's
not
a no vote.
That's the other means to utilize the other part.
No,
What it is.
joke. That's no joke. I'm getting excited. I really have just one other thing that I'd like to do. It's a presentation that I'd like to make. Yeah, you need anything else?
You would like to make a presentation?
Yes, sir.
You're not gonna sing and dance, are you?
Barbara? We all know.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now we have to vote to allow you to do your presentation.
Okay, thank you. So,
Okay,
The other
Okay,
business,
so-
now it's called presentation.
so Representative Bean made the motion and Representative Board second that? Okay, just making sure I've got that correct. Okay, Representative Aldrich.
Yes.
The chair,
yes.
Representative Bogert,
Yes.
Representative Boards,
Yes.
Representative Poker,
Yes.
chair votes yes, Representative Dumais,
Yes.
Representative Freeman,
Yes.
the minor.
Yes.
Representative Nagel,
Yes.
Representative Boucher,
Yes.
Representative St. Clair,
Yes,
Representative Terry,
Yes, this ought to be good.
Representative Chartier, 14-0, motion passed. Mr. Chair, please do your presentation.
I appreciate the trust.
Thank you, Steve. I'd like to get County Administrator Shackett. Come up here, please.
she changed her mind. She's not going.
Yeah, fine.
Change your mind.
Change the mind.
Say it.
Let's go.
Chairman of the 2025-2026 delegation, the Belknap County State Representatives. I am privileged and honored to present the retiring Belknap County Administrator, Deborah Jacket, for this token of appreciation for your 18 years, 9 terms, of dedicated service to our county.
Thank you.
But you can still change your mind too.
Very nice. Thank you.
I've been speaking.
Good thing we trust you. I trust you to trust. Thank you very much. I didn't know you.
They found anybody?
They give you a hard time.
So I guess next on the agenda is more public input. If anybody else has anything that they'd like to say. Sir.
Butter Taylor, from Alton. I've got a question I'd like to ask the delegations. As the budget committee finalizes its recommendations, will they be made public to the public where we can see ahead of time whether we want to come and listen to what you recommended? It'd be very helpful if those committee recommendations, as they're finalized, would be posted on the county page. I know today we did not get the proposed budget until this morning. And it would really be helpful to the public if we knew ahead of time what the committee is recommending. Is that a possibility?
I'll check on the legalities of that.
If it's legal, would you do it?
Pardon me?
If it is legal, would you do it?
Representative Boger.
Yes, we do have pre-scheduled meetings and everyone's on TV. We don't restrict it. These are not closed session meetings we have. We have about 6 where we talk with each department head and we did discuss things. And then our last meeting is held so that we bring everything together. This is all done in the public for everything. And we discuss the final numbers that will be given to the presented to the delegation as a whole. So it's all there for you, but couldn't be printed where we.
Wait, please.
Yes.
This is not supposed to be a question and answer period. It's just
We'll do
supposed
our-
to be input. If you two would like to speak after the meeting, please do so. I'm not trying
Wilbert
to.
said that he'll do his best to see that it's done. That's all.
Very
we
good.
ask.
We're good, thank you. Is there any other input that doesn't require questions? No?
Hi, my name is Carolyn Johnson. I live in Guilford, and I just wanted to make one point about these civic institutions that are expressed as it's currently being admitted into the budget. It is civic institutions that make this country wealthy. It is not just money in our own pockets, it's the quality of the society that we live in. And these institutions that take care of the elderly, that take care of people with mental health problems, that they protect our water and provide information to all of us. To do them ourselves would cost a lot of money that many people don't have, but we all benefit from the fact that these things are here. And cutting them is a false economy. It makes us poorer and it makes us stupider in the long run. So that's my.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Going once, going twice. We're gonna adjourn this time. Thank you. Thank you for your attendance.
Are you going?
Yes, my
Budget review.
delegation members, 7 of you that run the reviews, please wait, we're gonna set up our. Really appreciate
Favorite social studies.
I agree.
No, 54 years, but it wasn't. That's what he